Okay, so this is called Picha Kucha speech or Picha Kucha presentation. I already told you that this presentation, the duration of this presentation will be 4 minutes and it will have 16 slides in it. Okay, so this is the final assignment that you have to do, and in this speech you will present any one point or any one aspect of your final paper. Basically, you are not reproducing your persuasive paper through this presentation. Rather, you are taking one interesting point or interesting aspect of your project. So there are 5 requirements for the speech. Number 1, you must speak for 4 minutes. Okay, 15-second grace period is allowed, but anything below 15 or above 15 will be subject to loss of marks. You must have a PowerPoint presentation with 16 slides in it. Okay, and as I already said, each slide for 15 seconds. Now, when you prepare your slide, do not cramp it with too much text. Okay, do not put too much text on a slide, right? So I would suggest 10 to 12 words on one slide are just enough. 10 to 12 words. And instead of the text, use images on the slides. So you already wrote a lot. Okay, so 2,500 words. Of course, the quality does vary. Some of you must have produced a little better quality writing as compared to some others, but all of you wrote a lot, 2,500 words. So the presentation really is not a writing activity. Okay, it is a speaking activity. Okay, and for the sake of speech, the image has a better impact on the audience than the words. Okay, therefore, you should find the images which are relevant to your point of discussion. Okay, and put those images on the slides. Now, the third requirement is this, that the topic of your paper, of your presentation must be relevant with the topic of your final paper. Okay, and the fourth requirement is your topic must be interesting. Okay, so what does that mean? You already have written your paper. What more interesting can you make out of it? Okay, now that is what you are going to work on. Play around with your topic in such a manner that it should sound interesting and the common audience. Okay, some people call it layman audience. By layman audience, we mean the audience which is non-technical, right? The common audience should be interested in your topic. And finally, you must practice good speaking skills. And good speaking skills include these things. Number 1, you should have appropriate gestures. You should have effective body language. You should have consistent eye contact. You should have proper tone. And finally, you should have vocal variation, which is variation in your voice. All right. So for the presentation which you do through slides, you might not be visible on screen to me, okay, because you would be displaying your slide. So the gesture and body language part might not work much. Similarly, the eye contact point might not work much for the students who are presenting through slides. But the tone and vocal variation That is very, very important. Okay, so the students who will present online, they should take very special care of the tone of their presentation, and they should bring as much variation in their vocals as they can. Those who present in person, they should also take care of the eye contact. Okay, especially when you are presenting through slides, you have the tendency of looking at the slides during the presentation. We all have that tendency, but basically you should try to resist that tendency. Please remember, the slides are not for you, they are for your audience. All right, so when you have slides displayed through PowerPoint, it is okay to have a look at the slide as soon as you scroll a slide, but most of the time you should look at the audience. Similarly, you should have appropriate gestures and body language as well. So these are the 5 requirements for the PowerPoint presentation that you are supposed to make. Now, formally, these are all the details, right? But just to kind of give you an indication of why these kind of presentations are very important. So basically, there are not many forums where you are asked to share your research, your technical research in an ordinary language. Okay, and that, of course, is one of the purposes of conducting a research as well. That you should be able to share your research in simple, straightforward expression, so that a lot of people should be able to understand what you are saying and why your research is important.